Hey everybody, I just want to go over Module 5. This one tends to be a trickier one for most students, and I just want to make sure that you guys are all on the same page, and if you have any questions that you can reach out. Hopefully I'll kind of get them ahead of you starting some of these lessons. So let's just start here with Lesson 5.1, and basically all four of these assignments are going to cover the same idea. You are going to identify a career or skill that you'd like to learn more about. My biggest tip that I would give you is just to make sure that you pick something that you're really into, because you are going to be talking about this for the next, 4 lessons. And you do need to pick one thing, so narrow it down to a career or skill that you are interested in, that you want to learn more about. And then the next step to this assignment is that once you figure that out, you need to also discover and look for a print source, a digital source, and a person. So that may contribute to what career or skill that you're going to learn about, because you do have to have a person that you can talk to about that to get some information. It could be a teacher at school. It could be somebody at home, somebody that you can call on the phone, like maybe your aunt, from wherever. You guys could have a phone conversation about it. So think about somebody that you would be able to contact about that career or skill that you could have a conversation with. And then you are going to type 2 paragraphs. So the first is a 300-word paragraph about the career or skill. Basically, you're telling why you want to learn about it, what's interesting about it, what do you know already, maybe what you want to learn about it, those kinds of things. 300 words tends to be about a page in length. Remember, this is double-spaced, so that helps a little bit too. And then your next 300-word paragraph is describing the sources that you found. So you're going to have part of it about your print source, part about your digital source, and then part about the person. You want to give each of these credibility. So why did you pick the print source? Why did you pick that digital source? And that person, what is it that they know about this career or skill that's going to give you good information? And some people like to divide that one into 3 smaller paragraphs. I'm totally fine with that. So if you want to do just 3 smaller paragraphs on that second page, feel free. You could do a paragraph for each of those sources. All right, so that is 5.1. And then let's move on to 5.2. This one is going to be where you are going to look at those sources that you found in more depth. So you're going to come up with some quotes that you can pull from each of those sources to discuss and give information that really details how that source is relevant to the career or skill that you chose. And then at the bottom of that assignment, you want to make sure that you do a MLA formatted citation. So you're going to have 3 sources at the bottom in your works cited that'll have each of those 3 things. You can use EasyBib or any of the citation creators. Citation Machine's another one. To create that for you, you'll put in the information and it'll help you organize that into MLA format that you can use. So you're going to have a paragraph on each of those topics that you picked in lesson 1. All right, and then lesson 3, we're going to go in a different direction. You're done with those 3 sources that you originally chose. Now you're looking at 3 quotes that you can pull from a literary text that we have read in this class. So this really confuses some people. Basically, all you're doing is you're looking at the stories and the poems, any piece of literature that we've read in the class so far, and you're going to find some quotes. They can all be from the same piece. They can be from different pieces. It doesn't matter, as long as you have a total of 3 that you find that make connections to the career or skill you chose. You're probably not going to find a quote that is exactly specific to your career or skill, right? You're going to be looking more at how the attributes or characteristics of a character or the situation that they're in, the relationships that they have, may be similar to what you're looking at. So maybe you and your parents don't see eye to eye on the career or skill that you're really into, and that would have, similarities to some of the stories that we've read and some of the poems that we have, right? Or maybe you're looking at the way people treat one another, and we definitely see a lot of relationships in all of the pieces that we have, or stereotypes, right? So think about different attributes that you can use and pull 3 quotes. They can be from the same piece or 3 different pieces, and then you're going to have a 3-paragraph kind of essay there talking about each of those. So each of the quotes is going to be the basis for each paragraph. All right, and then the last one is very similar, except instead of looking at literature pieces, now you're looking at informational non-literary pieces. So you are going to be looking at the resource information that we've given you for different assignments. So maybe you're looking at biographical information about a person, or some of those news stories that we looked at, or some of the informational text that you learned about living life on a reservation, that kind of thing. So look at some of those informational texts, and again, you're probably not going to find your exact career or skill, but you may find some of those relationships, those conflicts, those characteristics. Maybe these people show determination and they don't ever give up, and that's something that you feel like you're going to have to do, right? So think about ways that you can pull some of those ideas out of the text, and then you'll, again, same like 5.3, you'll have 3 paragraphs, 1 paragraph about each of those quotes that you're pulling. So a total of 3 quotes, and then you're going to want your citation information at the bottom of each of these as well. These lessons are longer and do take a bit more effort than any of the others in the class. So I want you to give time to Module 5. You're going to need to give it a little extra time. So just make sure you're not doing it like day of. You're probably going to want to prepare for this one, where you give yourself a couple of days to get the work done. If you have questions, please reach out. I am happy to help you. I know that you guys can do this, and I look forward to reading about what you guys have chosen. Have a good one.